in dumb, that's already happened. It doesn't get much worse than that. So I'm playing normal now.
I hope to God you're right.
Any of the nerves or anything like that in terms of angels is out the window. Bro, these guys are... Sadak has a frenzy every single pistol. This is a nice knife, though. Does that actually hit the corner? Yeah, it does.
And basically, EDG have to forget that has been a rough performance. Boombot gone. Shock dart counted.
So their reaction to losing over towards middle is to take B main to work out if it is a split, and then just hold on to the map control. They're approaching it very much like split over towards B, and I mean, it's very similar. And then you still have this crossfire when they go over towards the site. Yeah, I really just like how they approach this. Lose mid control, take B main. If you can win the B main duels, you can have the crossfire going over towards site, and then it's an absolute nightmare. B on Sunset is B on Split, essentially. It's very, very similar.
Control all three so far. I've gone for EDG. It's going to be a minute before they can back up.
10-3 in terms of pistols. In terms of just this, it's 2-1. Yeah, less, sorry, not less. Loud. They're just pistol gods at the moment on this tournament. 10-3 is a crazy record.
Being wary of where QCK is going to be, because he could be everywhere. Like, the fact is, he is going to pressure all
10-3, that's their pistols the whole time during this event. 2-1 in just this tournament. 2-1 in just this matchup, sorry.
With the aggression. So I feel like EDG are going to have to play their defaults well, and in the last round particularly, losing B main like that and having no way in, that was definitely a problem.
Immediate spams through the smoke. Well, Howdong's definitely got the shorter end of that
Phoenix
stick.
is trying to...
Been tagged up a little bit, and 2 is down. Okay,
that's a lovely shot. That's a good way to do it. Pressure in terms of holding on to this gun now. An instant reaction, Loud. Every single time something happens, instant reaction. They lose over towards middle last round, they take B main. They lose top of middle this time, they take over towards A main. Oi, 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 oi. Yeah, and you might want to start healing yourself up.
The timing was good. With Howdong down, the heal could
be okay, he's having none of it.
And he's out of there, actually. He's just going to give up the control entirely.
Yeah, not wanting to try and stick around versus the pistols. The thing is, though, the B site is...
And the good news for Louds, if we're sticking on good news, is they've recovered the gun.
The cipher that we've seen from many others.
The bad news is they've lost all of B, and there's a lurker in middle.
A lot of teams really utilize the cipher on this map.
There's a lurker.
Executing Kankan. He was one of the major dangers. Look at the rest of the weaponry that's available for EDG, and it definitely isn't pretty. Even an extra kill or two, though, in this post-plant could be huge.
Well, this is it,
that drone's nice.
Right? Like, this is all
clears under, clears this corner as well. It's pretty good from there. Dude, look at the util.
Nobody know where to go. Down an angle eventually and a kill.
Some low HPs though. There's one. There's another. Oh man.
And the spray doesn't land. Kawanzin's now the last man standing. He might not even be able to win this anymore. If he does, it's going to be
nicely done from EDG. Huge. They hit some big kills in sight. Yeah, there we go. Much better now.
Themselves a MasterCard Thrifty, and that's going to be a huge boost to the confidence. Some great individual ability there.
Post-plant, yeah, post-plant, but B is a nightmare. But this wasn't like the normal kind of post-plant we see, right? This was just more them winning out a lot of duels even before they got over towards the site. Like that one there was massive. This one also.
Actually making a major difference, because otherwise he is dead.
Just about made it out with his life.
They saved the gun. Les has okay money. So there's going to be 2 okay guns into this, which are these 2, and then I should probably buy armor, right? Maybe not. Yeah, an EDG. Good chance to get... Oh, okay, they are hitting some shots. This is much better.
Right around that angle, and Les, one of the major dangers is already being dropped. Both rifles that Loud have are now on the floor.
Ah, this is a confident-looking Kankan. Was already looking dangerously missing in the last map, and he did have a rough performance the last time they played Sunset as well versus Paybreak, so I was a little bit worried, but the fact is this round decimating
5 people surviving would be great for their money. They've got to go against a Phoenix all next round.
It's about getting a kill, getting anything, make things more costly. They know exactly where he is. Now, not shooting it might bait the idea that he's round the corner, but Kankan
Nice
is
as
making
well.
sure
Kang has his ult.
he's not giving
Phoenix has
anything
his
away,
ult.
and to bounce back
Big buy
with
round.
pistols and then go into a flawless round.
Good news for
That's about
EDG.
as
No one
good
dying.
economy
Money's out of
boost as you're
control.
ever gonna get.
Well, they lost the pistol. They're 2-1 up, and they've got a showstopper on Kankan, a player that was, as you said, just completely missing on the previous map. A player that is really the reason that people are believing in this squad being able to pull it across the line, because he's been so strong this tournament. And I was terrified. If he didn't show up here, the game was already over. But very early on, we found out that he's here to play.
And looks like we want to go fast this one. We're going to Omen Flash with this or not?
Run it back online.
Okay, he's
Recon that goes outside, clears all of this, clears a little bit of the site itself, and he's just going to fire this back as sight. Yeah, it didn't fully clear it though, in terms of it didn't go far enough, so they don't fully know that this isn't cleared. It hit the side. Good amount of map control at the moment.
Maybe almost trying to sell the idea that this was a ruse. I like this from EDG.
This is cool. They cut sound over towards A. Drone gets used to clear the site. Everyone's hiding, so the drone doesn't see anything. They create pressure over towards middle.
After your opponent bursts a showstopper into the elbow. This is a really...
And they're pretty much playing around the fact that the comp only has a server to get info.
I think Sadak caught a glimpse, though.
He saw one. He might have seen two. Decent shock dart as well. Some damage done. EDG on their way through, though. They will make the A play with QCK securing.
Still, they get into positions. Kang is...
Run it back, and indeed, it's already popped. He's on his way
feeling
through.
it a little bit.
Peak is good for some damage. QCK focused on the site, gets dropped eventually.
And Kang ate an Omen flat. Oh no, he just dodged it.
Damn,
look at the util. What the?
But the Molly certainly has. They're all low and, well, sat around the same position. Just nobody who's up on full. He's the first to
Still no
swing,
plant, by the
post
way.
On the wide angle, and find quite a bit of control for himself. Plant still to be secured with 15
No
seconds.
way. Are they gonna win
to
this?
find a safe haven to get that done, and it's the corner up close. Nobody has to hold strong, and with him down, the round
Yeah,
is
had to
already
stick it.
done.
I mean, he got the plant. Yeah. It was... I mean, this came down to a few draws with 1 HP in terms of earlier as well.
Yeah, a very odd round. Like,
It was a weird round, yeah, it was a weird round. They used the ult just to take a lot of this, didn't get a kill, cut the sounds. I think if the duel over towards middle goes the opposite way, and I felt like Chichu had the chance to win it, then, and then, yeah, I mean, it's a different round. They got so much money, though, that it doesn't matter too much.
That was one of the major detriments to the round, was that you already saw Loud having such a large advantage that, okay, I think nobody ends up doing quite well to at least make that one look competitive, but ultimately the round doesn't go their way. Now, luckily, as we've mentioned, plenty of cash available.
Yeah, there's no struggles. No struggles whatsoever.
Same knife is in the pistol.
The side of EDG, even Hunter's Fury.
Recon to clear middle.
Something to fall back on.
And they're kind of playing it a little bit like Ascent, right? Recon to clear middle, and then the knife that clears over towards market. Similar kind of thing.
Might have his by the end of the round. We'll see if that has any impact. Round 5 starts off with a spray, and Kankan getting put in his place by Kalanzine. As we saw, that was just blind fire straight through the smoke, but an angle that's going to be very frequently spammed.
Again, now Loud are able to fall back into these more passive positions. Tui's about to be put under pressure, but the fact is he'll probably just fall back off of this, call for some rotations. And you can see Loud are starting to group up together.
Gonna clear middle once they think that they've taken over towards A.
Now this is being watched by Smog.
Yeah.
Because of that, they
Does
are
Chichu now take the timing, or what does he want to do? That might be a really good bait-in for him.
In the meantime, they have again completely
And Loud love to be proactive. It is like a classic, right? It is lose map control, take map control, even when they have the numbers. Yeah, and that thing over towards middle really baited in Chichu.
Before many times. By Loud on the way back through, but they
He didn't have too much impact last round, but this round?
Delay the rotates to A, and even allow EDG to get into
Oh
position
man, he's
on
so
the
going down to this B main guy.
Although Chichu might not be there to help them out, I don't think he's expecting QCK to be quite that close.
If Kawazin gets a kill, he has his ult. Same with Smoggy. They have an Omen Flash. Oh, the Omen Flash might be.
They don't know where these players from the side of Loud
Yeah, they try and take some.
I mean, again, QCK is on the other side of the universe.
The paranoia could be perfect.
They've gambled it the right way, but there's no one to follow up on it. There's no one there.
Oh.
QCK is caught. Okay, Haodong's in a good position, only the one to be found. They know where Smoggy is, so they're holding the angle. Clean as can be. Nobody, though, still holding strong.
Oh.
He sees the shot.
Oh man, that's so unlucky, bro. He hit 2 with the ult as well.
Good and decide.
Nicely done from
3 rounds
Loud
for
as
Loud.
well. They're being very, very
They've
proactive.
been
They
good
really
in
are.
these retakes. I thought for a moment that paranoia looked like it could catch all 3 players as they went for the retake, but
Yeah, they didn't really have
wasn't
anyone
quite
swing off
placed
it.
out. Well, it was placed well, but there wasn't anybody to actually capitalize off it. And then in the end, it just came down to some slightly shaky fights. The Hunter's Fury as well, close to being devastating, but close is not going to win you these rounds. Still, though, EDG are going to be able to bounce back once again. They still have the finances available to them.
I think so weird. I'm not
Best in
entirely
this
sure though.
round. Now the A site, they've been able to get into the post plants. I actually think a lot of their problems right now is the fact that they are trying to play the map so much. I think they've been given quite a lot of opportunities on A, but they always have a deficit by the time they get
Money's
there.
a little bit low. I tell you what, with a plant, they probably buy. But there's that.
You know, when you think about how those retakes were established for Loud,
That was a shame. He kind of like saw the
30
guy, then
seconds
got his
before
shock
Spike
dart
goes
out,
down,
thinking
you
that
have
the
players being
person
dropped,
defusing
you
was going to be
have
fully
QCK
in
miles
cover,
out of position,
but
he
then
got
realized
caught
he
on
could
the
see him.
rotate as well.
Then it just,
Despite
it
that,
looked
they're
worse
still
than it
able
was
to get a good
basically.
Stranglehold over the side. You can see why they're confident on the retake game. Now EDG, this time focus on B, but there's
I mean,
a flank
EDG
wall
is still
through
on
Chichu.
top of
He's
like
got
the
some
fact that they
players
know that they're
pushing
going to
up,
be
but I don't
pushing
know
these
that he has a
places.
way
Like the
out this
overall
time.
macro from
Stun was
EDG
good,
has been
and
pretty
they're closing
good.
the distance with a Phoenix flash zoomed around the corner,
Man.
and Chichu's in so
But-
much trouble. But in the meantime, the spike's being planted.
Like they
so Loud
understand
again
how
have to
Loud
go for the
play
retake,
in
but
terms
as
of
we said,
taking
they're
map
pretty happy
control.
with
It's
that.
just the fact that
They've done really
majority
well
of
to
the time when it
isolate
comes
the
down
flank
to
every
Chichu
single
actually
time.
doing it,
Chichu
he's like
hasn't
2
managed
for
to
1 in
really
terms
get
of, well,
anything.
1-2 in
And now
terms
it's
of
up to
actually
the
winning out
heroes on the
duels.
other side to try and hold this one down. QCK off to a
Can
flyer.
to somehow get another.
Khan waiting on the corner, looks away, still manages to snap back. But again, it comes down to one. Nobody already spawning the first, just looking to try and wrap back around into that 1v1. The dart should reveal the player on the spike, knows exactly where Sadak is. I'm waiting for him to try and tap that. It's going to come down to one.
Look.
And Sadak
Just starts waving to him. Yeah, EDG can't catch a
Loud
break. I'm
will
telling you,
convert a
these
fourth
big
round
buy
into their
rounds, man. These big buy rounds,
For
Loud
EDG,
are
it's
just
close,
winning
but
it,
no
even
cigar.
though they are close still.
Sadek's been leading by
They,
example
they
in so many of these
they
rounds.
always start winning them.
Big one
They're
for
always
Hakeem
coming out
to
on top.
close out. This
Sadek
should be
played it
giving
very
them
well.
a pretty good lead.
Kang did
I
great to
expect
get a
EDG
second one
take
here
a
as
much
well.
lighter buy. Going to be some serious deficits for them. On the way back in, we're seeing again and again that this squad, when they have disadvantages, they're able to fight their way through. With the advantages, it got close this time. They're still winning those clutches, and that's all they need. The weakness is actually not that apparent.
So with
on
the
the
plant,
side
they
of
still managed to
EDG.
buy
They're
Chichu
going for
taking the hit
full
on this
light
one.
shields, which is allowing them 4 rifles to play with. So still some very good potential to this buy from the attackers.
My ultimate's ready.
He's kind of been farming this orb a little bit.
That's the major deficit that they have already, getting the running
Been-
back
it's
online.
been-
Hunter's Fury.
they've been
Again,
giving
they
up the
look
mains
perfectly
a
set
lot,
up if they end up
I
in
think
a
is the
retake.
easy way to say it.
And that's what Loud have been playing for in these rounds.
Kaunzing-
Good start, though.
Kaunzing
Getting rid of Kaunzing, but
really
also getting rid of a
Got a
boatload
bit
of
greedy there,
utility.
straight up.
And EDG are not going to just run off the back of that entry kill. You could see a fast rotation in from Sadak.
He's trying to make the most of his breach damage.
I know exactly where you
I mean, we've seen this a couple of times.
I like this. They delay the breach ult so that they're close over. Sorry, they delay the Cypher ult so they're close over towards B in case they have over rotated or reacted somewhere else, so that they're kind of closer to react. I guess I should be saying.
Play this time, and it's red on the other side. Chichu sees that. He wants to take the space for himself.
Both got
A
hit by
very
the
late
knife.
flank.
Recon hits as
35
well.
seconds left on the clock while he's creeping up elbow. We see the B site under heavy threat. Last in the corner. He hasn't been pushed out of it, but now he's being spotted. This could spell danger. Nobody being tracked. And he's down low. So is Howdong. Everybody, in fact, has seen their
Kang
fair
ults
share
haven't
of
been getting
combat.
too
Howdong,
much.
though, wants to take down last force.
Oh, man.
And Tui's was
What a
waiting.
hero, bro.
A quick double
And
for
another.
him. A triple, in fact.
Yeah, and
it
he might
looks
be,
like it's all
might just do the
sealed.
one way over towards B. It's
Husey
probably the
can't
only
even
smoke
pop
he wants
the
to do
ulti as
here.
well. He's running it back.
And they are taking no risks with this stuff. Nicely done from Loud. Shout out to Tui's, who did insanely well. I really like the ult from Sadak as well. Just when he thought they might be like pushing them back site here, the ult angle just meaning that it kind of covers the jump up and over towards B main.
On the entry, you watch both players at the back of site have all of their utility taken away. The second it comes back online, the snake bites are perfect. The counter utility, the smokes they're putting down, just making things so much more awkward. And then also you just have Tui just pop in anyone's head that even looks at him for a second.
Well, I think that's also part of it. You have less in the corner, firing with his rifle, letting them know he's there. He throws the snake bite, player gets close, and as soon as the second one's fired, he's
Instant
running
eco,
to
they're
punish
kind
him,
of
but not able to. Not when
kind of
Tui's
giving
is
it a
there.
bit. At least they did it with 4
Shut down to
people.
This round with 3 fast kills, QCK right down on mid, and so is the whole force of Loud. You know, 4-player mid push with a Phoenix leading charge. It's not easy to deal with that.
Yeah, and the Phoenix is kind of farming up a bit. Used all into last round, halfway there.
They've kept their credits for the next round, Tom. That's
And Loud are really
pretty
changing it up
thankful for
though.
that now.
Like heavy fights over towards here. On the eco, 4-person push over towards middle. Like it looks hard to play against.
Made the realization that he must have pushed through behind them. Nice shots from Chichu.
Good damage again,
Maybe
but
need a whole lot more, but somehow Sadak, even when he doesn't have his gun in hand, still manages to just dodge the bullets. 6-2. It's a little bit more costly than maybe it should have been, but I don't think Loud are going to care. An operator in hand in EDG, I feel like we're right back on Icebox again. 5 rounds in a row, a pause taken, and the coaching staff once again given a chance to try and stem the bleeding.
At least there's already been a bit more promise to this attack side, though. When we saw this pause come in early on Icebox, it definitely felt like it was a bit frantic.
Penny actually working today.
To be, as the map went on, Loud had them read like a book. This time around, EDG can't afford to have that happen again, but there's a major difference, which is that Concon is online. I think now they've sharpened their weapon from the last map. They just need
No
to
Sentinel on
find
defense.
the
Yeah, they're
crack in that
playing
armor
they're playing
to
it
take
perfect
these
though,
players
right?
down.
In terms of the no
There's not
Sentinel
been
being
too
very
many
proactive.
weaknesses
Like
on
it's one of the most
display for Loud in
proactive
this
defenses
series
we've
now.
seen.
They've only lost 4
Even
rounds
when
so
it's silenced or they don't have
the
map control,
retakes
they're
on
just
the
grabbing
A side
numbers,
been
they're just
fine,
going
so much
forwards.
so
They're
that
also
they were
making sure at the
precapping
beginning
to
they
actually
have
give
like
it up.
A control,
And then
B
their hold on
control.
the B side with less at the back of it.
So they're kind of
Pulls have
making
been
up with the
fantastic.
Sentinel
He's
by
only there
making
with
sure
3
they
kills,
go
but
proactive
it's
at the
just
beginning and they
counter
have
utility that comes
information.
out. Tui's
Ranger, thank you for the
support
13
there.
months.
And then obviously at times QCK just taking that aggressive push.
Loud
And
looking
as we've
super
said,
good. This is the
throughout this
thing, with
tournament,
Loud,
he has been one of those
the
players that's
other
under the
5
microscope.
maps
He's replacing
look
big
good.
shoes, whether
If you don't get them on their
that player
Ascent and
didn't
their
make it to this
Lotus,
event
like
or
they
not.
have 5
he's a
map pool that
talking
looks like
point,
they
and
can
in
win
the
the
last 2
event.
maps, honestly, he's
Just
been
the other
sublime.
2
He
maps
has
that
been a
mean that they
nuisance for
can,
EDG to deal
in
with
theory,
top
always
of the
have
world
one
right now.
weakness at one point, in my eyes.
Here we go.
But when they don't have to play Lotus or Ascent, oh man, they're a scary team.
A-site has been a good place for them to get in. The problem is, the retakes from Loud have been on point.
This is it, Tom. Like, you know, Tui's posted on
Their
this
bind,
angle up in hand.
see, it's not up
Game
to
hasn't
it's
really got
not
started for
as bad as
EDG
the other
yet.
2, where I'm kind of at.
Opportunity to claim this A side as their own,
And he
also
gets out of here
right
as
away.
well. Yeah, the op.
The timing is found,
then the
the
ball,
space is taken, and
the
Tui's
Omen op.
is right back out of there.
Hey, he just leaves.
He's set up again for another angle with the op. It's going to be smoked off, but my goodness, Tom, this is not an ideal start for EDG.
No.
Nobody down. They're not going to have a lot of info on the way through.
But the thing is as well, Loud aren't just sitting there. They've already taken B main
Big
control,
gamble.
realizing there's no one there, so the rest of the team are able to rotate in early.
No kills from the
They're
recon.
able
We've got to
claim
keep
so
an eye on
much
Chichu in
space
terms of the
because
luck
the
over
fact is
towards
the
middle.
lurks from Chichu have failed every single time.
We've got to retake this.
So they're already
I
there,
mean,
just pounding utility into these
if
players.
Chichu can get some
Chichu's
kills,
desperately hoping to try and find something, but you expect it to be searched for, and it may not even be needed. The flash from QCK
and
is
he's got
also
another, he
just
can
perfect.
wall flash up, and Les is
Out
just
low,
on
and
top of
they're
this.
waiting. Les is just watching.
Oh
He
man,
knows that
it's
Chichu's
so
eventually going to try and make his move. The fact is, Loud at this point are just reading the script. A paranoia
Oh
into the
man,
back
poor
of
guy.
the player stuck up on top that they step into. This is all just
They put the
perfect.
molly on top of
Loud
it.
can do no wrong.
Come on,
Loud,
man.
he has
It's
to
too
wipe the
much.
entire squad, and QCK
Too
is
much.
instant on the trade. They're running a clinic on EDG at the moment.
Yeah, QCK is really farming as
fantastic
well. He really is. He
Wow.
has so many
Run it
ults.
back and Viper's Pit online for next. 2 away from the Rolling Thunder on Cow and Zine with 7 rounds on the board. And near no promise for the side of EDG to get back into this series. The door is being shut on them, Tom. And I mean,
It's so
like
perfect.
every single piece of this replay
Yeah, this
is so
util's good. Their
You
retakes are
mentioned
so
the push up
nice.
on B main. It gave them a little bit of information, but from there, the rotate comes in. Les leaves B main, moves to mid, waits for the lurk. I mean, if they had the coaches
Now they got to deal
notes
with
in
these
front
ults
of
as
them,
well. Like they
they
didn't have the
still
ults.
couldn't
That's the
predict
problem.
it that well, mainly because I don't think they'd be able to read them.
Want to go a little bit faster with this over towards the side. Tweez is on his own.
You never know.
Well, he might actually
They're a team
be.
of many talents at this stage.
Gets the TP.
Tui's maybe in a little bit more trouble than we've seen before. as they look to put the pressure on much faster. I don't mind this approach from EDG.
It was a much better round from EDG. They actually get map
given
control early
this
without having to
control
use ults as
by
well.
Loud. They're already going to spot.
They have Sova
Sadak is
ult, so
here
no one
early.
wants to get tagged from that.
Again, though, when you have a run it back
Problem
in
is
play,
QCK has his
all
ult in terms of
just
retaking.
go for a retake.
Oh boy.
Hunter's Fury thrown out. Nobody just desperately trying to find an opening kill. That's one of the things that EDG have pretty much failed to get.
Okay, let's
almost
have a
every
look at this.
single round. Aftershock
Aftershocks the right, spam on top as they're trying to avoid it. That's so nice for the good plant.
Run it back now in.
Man, A
Utility
looks so
set up to
hard.
try and play
They make A look like an
QCK
absolute
position.
nightmare. They
They're
still haven't
watching, but he
planted.
still takes down Kankan. That advantage was
And look at
never
Les,
had
he's
to
just ready
spam.
for this every
Almost
single time.
delivering
Chichu
out
just
of
running
all
into
it's
Les
just one
every
left.
single time.
They're cleaning
Yeah,
house.
and like the
Oh my
over.
goodness, looks so
It's like the
easy.
overall
Another
macro,
flawless
like the
round to
overall
make it
idea
8 to
from
2.
EDG is like pretty good. They're trying to take maps and they're waiting for the reaction or
It's a
like
hard
the
one to
reaction
find
that
hope,
that Loud will
and
do. They got to take
but
map control,
I can
but
swing it.
Loud are just on
For
top. They
EDG,
either
maybe not.
take the map
Hope
control
for
with
Loud.
numbers, get
In the
trades,
future of this
or when we're
tournament,
looking at this and they're like, well, they have no sentinel. Let's do a Larkin over towards middle. Les is just waiting for Chichu each time.
Been a bit shaky for them so far. Is they've not looked bad. But they've not
And
looked like
this
Loud.
util
Yeah,
over
this is looking
towards
like
A
Loud.
to
This
stop
is
the
looking
plant
like a
is
champions winner.
disgusting.
This is looking like a team that
I
have been
disagree.
at many events before.
They have looked like Loud. They've just looked like Loud at a Masters event, not Loud at any other
Yeah, they look
event.
great on this map.
Now, finally, we're seeing this team at a Masters be able to put up numbers. One map already secured.
Yeah.
More than halfway to getting this one. And EDG, they haven't even got off the starting point. 2 rounds on their attack. One player already lost to start this, and it's Chichu. This is why you're going to see those breaks pumped way down. They have to watch B, they have to watch A pushes, and with those extremities being watched, there's only one man you're going to rely on to try to punch through this defense. It was Kankan, sent through for spams, finds nothing. They are just looking
Which
for
is
an
the best team on
opportunity
Sunset right now?
Do you know,
Paper
I
X.
wonder if like Genji said they're going,
Pretty
we
sure.
can't play them again, right? Because we already played them. And then Senegal,
But there's
they're
a lot
from
of
our
good
region,
teams
so we can't play them
on
again,
this
right?
map.
It's just like both seeing who can make the better excuse as to why they don't want to play Loud, because I wouldn't want to face them. Of all the teams we're seeing, look to make it to the playoffs.
There's a lot of different. Hold up.
Now a gap. Well, it was
Well.
left for a millisecond. Sadak, I think
There's a lot of teams that
might
are pretty
be
good on
a
this
flicker of
map,
a knife in his
to be
head
honest.
for
And there's a lot of
just a
different
moment.
approaches that teams are
30
playing to this map
They
because it
have
does just
no
play
map
like really
control.
weird
They
in
are
terms
just
of
looking
it's
to
so.
take it to the elbow, the flash, perfectly.
Oh man, look at the confidence. Nah, the confidence is too much. Shouldn't be doing that, bro. Shouldn't be doing that. Shouldn't be getting away with that. It's so dumb, bro. How is he allowed to face 3 people like this and win out?
Gone. 18 and 5. He's had a field day on the defensive
Holy, he's a
side,
god right now.
Phoenix.
Yeah, we've talked a little bit about him struggling to break through the sights at the entry role, but I'm not even sure what role I'd call this. He's just shooting.
So I was like, yeah, man, you do you, bro.
18 and 5, 9 to 2. EDG, one last chance to put a round on the board here on the attacking side, make it 9-3 at the half. It's not a lot of hope, but it's a damn sight better than what they'll be facing otherwise. Coming into it, they're up against a Viper's Pit. They're up against a Rolling Thunder, as well as just what Loud would be
Yeah,
bringing
Loud
to the
looking
table.
decent, man. Really good.
Let's actually use the Viper's Pit the whole half. I think he just used it now because he was like, oh.
I think that is the first. I mean, when
A
when
rough
they
showing
needed
from
it.
EDG
No,
though,
unless
in
you're
terms
gonna
of just
lock down
like
the
their
main,
aim
which again,
duels.
hasn't
Like
really
it was here for
challenged
some
that
rounds, maybe like the
aggressively,
first
and
4
certainly not
rounds we were
successfully
see them
for
winning
EDG.
some aim duels, but
There's
Using
been
it for
no
back.
we go
pressure,
back. The util's
zero
been too good
pressure
for Loud.
from
It's been
the squad.
been
You know
like
the
overwhelming.
little, like challenges you get. He's just like, oh, I've got to do my challenge.
And then the
so I'm
aim
gonna use
duels,
my
once
ult
they
the whole
don't
time.
have rounds,
gotta
they're just
use
not
one
here.
more ult to get my points.
He's trying to complete the battle pass, guys. Come on.
I think QCK is filling Aspas' shoes differently. Dude, they're playing it very different. Like it's they have very different approaches.
In position. The ult was used. Smoggy can be revived, so Loud might want to compete for mid.
Like, they really changed up a lot of stuff to make him feel comfortable, and I like it.
Wants to try to get a little angle. He's got a spam on it, but he's traded
Maybe.
out. That's what
Maybe
EDG
around here,
wanted.
they gotta
The
go
man
over towards
advantage
less.
sits in their favor as they move towards B, and they're bypassing this Viper's Pit entirely. Sadak needs to be careful here. He's playing a risky game up against Kankan. The flank is underway as well. Look, Chichu's
Yeah, they know that Chichu should probably be lurking, but I think Chichu's got the upper hand here.
Might actually end up
Tui's feels like he's been holding from the whole
steps will be
time. He's
heard.
going to hear him running.
So
Should have a
be
free
able to
kill.
Catch Tui's this time.
Playing it real safe.
He's been expected.
Yeah.
And even still,
Okay, well this is...
it's looking like they might finally get another round.
Yeah, this is a
Not
round.
quite
I wasn't going to
anything
talk until
for
that duel went
Zerk, and
down.
Now it's left on to less. Finally,
3.
after a long hiatus from the board, we do see another round. The
On
last round
what
and
you
a
would
half
say is an
go the
attack
way of
side of map.
EDG. But let's be real,
Slightly.
Mitch, this has not been a pleasant outing for them.
No, it absolutely hasn't. EDG coming up against Loud. I think we were all expecting this to be a close one. After what we saw from EDG in this tournament so far, the Paper Rex game, for God's sake. But here is Loud, a team we talked about being on weakened form. And they've got 9 rounds set to close this series out 2-0. EDG need a lot of hope. I'm not the one to find it. Maybe we can hear some words of encouragement from Haodong after his last game.
大家好，我是 EDG 的浩东，在队内担任 IGL， 还有烟味，感觉自己还需要很多调整的地方吧。其实他们打的东西一直是一成不变的吧，我个人感觉是这样的。但是其实今天的失败的更多原因是来源于我们自身吧。应对的方式很简单，首先我觉得失利首先是从游戏内容吧，先从游戏内容里面抓问题，然后再从游戏外面再抓心态上面的问题。 我们队伍其实大家都会互相承担一些问题吧，然后我觉得我们队伍不会出现那种一场失败就把整个人击垮的这种人吧。
Can Sen play Loud in playoffs? Yes, everything gets reset. And there's also no... It's not like the two that are already through can't play each other. It all gets like fully reset. So the teams that went 2-0 can play each other, is what I'm saying.
这是最后一次世界赛，大家每次都是带着这种心态来的，包括下一场比赛，还有包括昨天对阵 Paper Rex 的比赛，其实都是一个最后一次世界赛的心态去面对的。我想说就是。 可能在职业选手这整个职业生涯里面，可能会打很多次世界赛吧。
No, they can't. Yeah, they can. They said in the beginning video.
每次都会觉得这一次世界赛有可能是我们5个人的最后一次世界赛。
Guys, they really can. Unless they've gone against what they originally said in their video, they really very much can.
个人觉得是更能发挥我个人。
The 2-1 teams can play against the 2-0 teams. It all gets reset.
Learning from defeat. For EDG, they'll certainly have a lot to learn.
Lower
from this
bracket in
series
playoffs,
so
yeah,
far,
it's double
Tom,
LM.
But it's not a defeat yet. 9-3.
The Loud Science is so,
Even though they're
so
same
good,
region, yes.
But they're so toxic. Did you see that one?
No, I didn't.
Will it be a QCK 2-0? Oh.
They said no rematches for
They
Swiss.
they
For the Swiss bit.
Especially because he's got quick 1 in his name as well. Would it be a quick 1? That would have been good as well, but it's fine. Forgive it.
Here we go. Leading the charge is QCK. He has been fantastic in this matchup so far. 18-6. A-side going to be completely under their control. Now the same idea is in play from EDG. We've seen a lot of teams go for the retake on this side. Paranoia is still available. Shock darts, an extra flash for
Hard
Swaggy.
retake.
They have
Okay,
the
good news for them.
utility to do it.
Omen flash, nade
The
flash.
question is,
Bad news
Loud
for them.
even let them get that far?
5 good guns and they go in aggro. And they have this one way.
Promise on the Loud retakes, like you said. EDG look to capture some of that magic. Smokes are down. The retake's underway. Flank spotted as well. Loud
Flash
have a
hits
good
no
idea
one.
of exactly what EDG are trying to do. The crunch comes in and they're ready. Concon dropped right away, but a quick fight back. EDG still have some life in them with Smoggy picking up another. It's down to a 2v2, but
Ollie on the
QCK
spike.
stands strong. Nice
Oh
shot.
man, with the molly just tagging him as well, so he burns faster. They're gods at pistol. It's a 2-0 pistol. 3-1 in terms of the overall thing, and it's 11-3 in terms of their pistol tournament run.
Well, it was clearly seen, but that's the thing. At this point, I think that you could give Sadak anybody, and if he goes, yeah, he's good to
On
go,
Liquipedia, it
he's
says
got
the 2-0 teams can't play the 2-1 teams. Interesting.
I think he could bring
Liquipedia's
back
normally
some,
right as well.
40-year-old
But at
FPS
least on the
player.
video that they first released, like what, 3 weeks ago, they said that it gets reset.
Yes, player. I don't know about that. If it was
Hey, he plays Valorant.
it was a card game version, sure.
Wow, toxic. I believe in you, Lothar. Here we go. 10-3.
In the video it says random draw, yeah, so unless they're going, unless they're changing their wall.
Down the 2 players who are lined up ready. QCK is looking to try and heal himself back up. Bear in mind, Concon has actually invested. An interesting one. I didn't expect to see a Spectre light shields, But I guess just the scenario so bleak, he was hoping that maybe he could bridge the gap with some, not even that, a hero Spectre. I don't know if that's ever been said, and well, I understand what he was going for there, trying to hit a timing on the player droning, but it's safe to say, Sadak had friends waiting by.
Well, the pistol rounds have been going to Loud again and again. This time, though, they're able to build on the back
Let's
of
see
it.
if they can win a buy round.
This is the real
Yeah, it's been
tragic
such
thing.
a
Just look at the timeline there. Round 2
been such a
and
no-show
3
for
went to
EDG.
They upset them on that
Yeah.
second round. I even remember, Tom, I said, now we've got a game on our hands, didn't I? I had to say
21 to 6.
Here we are. And for EDG, you know, there's a lot to talk about in their previous games. In this one, though, 5 rounds across the series so far. Loud have just had complete control. Their buy round here represents a chance to put the foot down, at least make this scoreline a little bit closer.
Here's a smoker.
But again, the man winning those opening duels doesn't change. He's taken damage and now finally dropped. And Kankan's made it out a lot. Kawanzin's
And the
dead.
nade was good as well.
Smoggy's taken down less. Okay, well, it started out poorly, but it's been recovered. It was starting to be recovered.
No,
nicely.
guys, not the
By side
2v4.
of EDG, not again. Not in rounds like this. Chichu.
No, that should never happen, bro. What's happened to them?
Come on! Loud just can't lose.
No, not a third time.
Script
Not a
is
third
Oh man, look at it. They can do no wrong. They can do no wrong, man. They can just run through smokes.
2-3. I could chop up every one of those kills and say EDG were unlucky in every single one. They
9
should've won
chances.
that round.
I can't believe
This might be one of the
Chewy
worst mental
got away
booms.
with that. That's absurd. Like every
Never
single
seen a
one of
mental
these
boom
is
this
just
bad. Yeah,
taking
I think
the
it's
foot
up
out,
there.
puts the smoke down,
Like
runs out
honestly,
the
the
smoke,
liquid
kills
one
guy,
against
goes back into the smoke, runs
Ascend,
back
we
out
did
the
a
smoke again,
21
kills
champs.
it
I think this is worse.
Even Sadak's face is like,
I'm trying to remember what other
dirty.
booms there are of just like
Oh.
no-show
I
games.
feel a little bit ill. 12 and 3.
I think this is the worst.
How do you think
They're like, it's like they're not on the server, man.
stage?
We've casted fast best of 3s.
Loud's also been insanely good in terms of everything they're doing and their util and stuff like that, but some of these angels shouldn't be going like this.
That was one to remember. That was maybe even a little bit quicker than this.
Occupies a very small slot of my memory.
Here we go.
Can store that in a $2 USB. Well, 9 chances.
Yeah, I
to
can't even
close it
remember
out
that one,
based on
Des.
what we've seen so far, you know, Tom, it's anyone's game. Not really. This has got to be the one time. It's a concrete conclusion. This timeout from EDG, I definitely admire them for taking it.
They'll get to stay on the
give
stage
yourself-
a little bit longer.
Oh no. Doubled their time on stage in this
Jesus.
round. No, I'm kidding. But maybe they will. Not just because of the timeout, but because of the
Well,
rounds they'll win.
there has to be a
following it.
miracle timeout.
EDG won my heart. I even remember on the desk yesterday, I said, this is a team I've massively underestimated. The second I stop underestimating them, they fall apart.
Yeah. But I think as
9
you said
chances
earlier,
to finish
one
this,
real
and
benefit,
I don't see that number
the one
getting
only
low
benefit is
at
the
all.
fact that we are seeing Loud in terrifying form.
Yeah, and this
Looking
is
to
an
make their
orb
way through
for him to
the
pick up.
playoffs.
And with this orb, that is all.
Well, we definitely want to see them if they're going to continue up. their
And
run
Smoggy
like this.
is pretty heavy
Smoggy
committed here.
Flash is good, but less is
That's
there.
just
Like
anti-flash on
counter
this
once
one. I
again.
mean, that util's on his
Chichu
head, and
about
he
to be under some
pushes out
serious
into the
pressure.
open against this guy's
They're
ult.
trying to counter out QCK, but he ain't stopping. He knows there's a
Oh
guy stuck
man,
in the
it's
corner, and
so
he's gonna clear
good.
him out.
it's so done. He's 24-7.
He's started off this map
Oh man.
in real form, and he's looking to finish it the same way. Kawazid is going to put another in the dirt. It's left all onto nobody.
absolute
Nobody is
slaughter.
standing in Loud's way, closing out
One of the
this
fastest
series.
best of threes
A
as well.
obliteration of
Yeah,
EDG
an absolute
as
slaughter. They
Loud
made that
make
look
their
so
way to the
easy.
playoffs.